The Unbreakable Will, Stoic Secrets from Sisyphus and the Bhagavad Gita to Master Self-Belief. Chapter 1. The Relentless Push of Sisyphus. In Greek legend, Sisyphus was condemned to roll a heavy boulder up a hill only for it to tumble back down each time he neared the summit. Over centuries of repetition, the task began to feel less like torture and more like a daily ritual, one that molded his character. He did not merely endure, he chose a perspective that turned endless work into an enduring mastery of self. The lesson for us is that when faced with obstacles that seem to repeat in a loop, deadlines, rejection, failure, our attitude determines our progress. A Stoic mindset reframes frustration into an enduring practice, making each cycle an opportunity to sharpen resilience and refine focus. Apply it today by selecting one recurring challenge, such as reviewing client feedback or daily exercise. Commit to seeing each iteration as a chance to improve a tiny element of performance. Adjust your approach after each cycle, celebrating the small victory of progress rather than fearing the inevitable reset. In conclusion, Sisyphus's story invites us to treat setbacks as steps, not stumbling blocks. When we master this view, our will becomes unbreakable, because it is no longer anchored to the outcome, but to the consistent effort itself. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Reflective question: how can you transform a repetitive challenge into a personal training ground for resilience today? Chapter 2. Arjuna and the Call to Duty. In the Bhagavad Gita, amid the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the warrior Arjuna stands paralyzed by doubt. His heart is torn between duty, fear, and morality. Krishna answers with wisdom about action without attachment, selfless duty, and the importance of aligning inner purpose with outer action. This timeless guidance serves as a catalyst for modern leaders. When we face critical decisions, whether to launch a new product, pivot a business, or raise a difficult question, our reaction hinges on whether we let fear dictate our choices. A Stoic viewpoint encourages us to act with reason, yet the Gita reminds us to remove attachment to the outcome. Practice this by writing a brief mantra before a challenging meeting. I will act with clarity, knowing the outcome is outside my control. Then act decisively, accepting any result as part of a larger plan. Your belief in your own capacity grows as you repeat this practice, mirroring Arjuna's path toward inner calm. In summary, the fusion of ancient counsel and modern execution equips us with a toolkit, reason to guide us, and detached action to sustain momentum. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Reflective question: what decision do you need courage and detachment for right now, and how can you prepare for it? Chapter 3. The Stoic Mirror in the Marketplace. Ancient Stoics were masters of the mental mirror. They observed thoughts like distant shadows, never allowing fleeting impressions to dictate behavior. In the marketplace, this practice becomes a powerful antidote to impulsive marketing tactics and anxiety-driven sales pitches. Consider the story of a small startup that launched a product and felt immediate rejection. The founders held their calm. They saw criticism not as proof of incompetence, but as data. They adjusted, refined, and relaunched, all while retaining their original mission. Their calm mirrored a Stoic mind, preventing the storm of self-doubt from wrecking progress. You can adopt this by instituting a pause and reflect ritual after every critical feedback. Write down the emotional reaction, then filter it through the lens of facts. Decide whether the emotional response will guide your next step or merely inform it. Over time, you'll notice a steady clarity that makes your self-belief more solid. The takeaway: just as the Stoic examines his own mind in the mirror, examine your reactions to external noise with honesty and detachment, and let the insights propel forward. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Reflective question: when faced with criticism, do you let it guide your next decision or merely observe it? Chapter 4. The Harmonious Dance of Action and Detachment. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that true action is not about attaining specific rewards, but about fulfilling roles with intent and purity. This principle aligns seamlessly with Stoic discipline: act with vigor, yet remain untouched by outcomes. Think of a seasoned entrepreneur who commits daily to creative breakthroughs, regardless of immediate market success. Their relentless pursuit exemplifies the karma yoga of dedicated work. As a business professional, you can emulate this by assigning each day a clear, purpose-driven task, such as conducting a client outreach or learning a new software skill, without attaching your self-worth to the immediate result. By integrating this approach, the external pressure of outcomes lessens, freeing your will to focus on craftsmanship. Your self-belief strengthens from the knowledge that you are doing the right thing, independent of applause. In short, the harmony between stoic action and detached purpose transforms ordinary tasks into rituals of confidence, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of growth. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Reflective question: how can you separate your sense of worth from the results of your work? Chapter 5. The Unbreakable Will Through Collective Wisdom. Stories from both Sisyphus and Arjuna reveal that individual strength is amplified when anchored in shared principles. In practice, this means surrounding yourself with mentors, like the Stoic sage Epictetus, and spiritual teachers, like the wise Krishna, to keep your path aligned. Imagine a modern team that holds weekly philosophy circles, where members exchange insights from ancient texts and reflect on how those teachings apply to current challenges. This practice builds collective resilience, ensuring each member's will is not isolated, but part of a stronger network. Apply this idea by initiating a small peer group where each member brings a lesson from a philosophical text into your weekly discussion. Challenge each other to apply the lesson in real tasks, then report results. The shared accountability breeds an unbreakable will that transcends individual setbacks. Thus, the fusion of Stoic resilience, Gita wisdom, and communal support constructs a foundation where belief in self is both personal and universal. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Reflective question: how can you build a community that reinforces your unbreakable will? Philosophy Spotlight: Stoicism, discipline, resilience, and clarity of mind. Stoicism, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, is a philosophy that empowers you to control your internal life, accepting the external world for what it is. At its core, Stoicism offers 3 pillars: perception, action, and emotion. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, chronicled his daily reflections in Meditations. He wrote that the obstacle on the path becomes the path, and urged that individuals view hardships as opportunities to exercise virtue. Seneca stressed that true wealth lies in wisdom and moral character, not in material accumulation. Epictetus taught that we have power over our beliefs and reactions, not over external events. 3 key lessons for modern success arise from Stoic thought. 1. Perception shapes reality. By choosing how we interpret circumstances, we can turn pressure into motivation. Instead of seeing a looming deadline as a threat, view it as a test of your time management skills. 2. Action without attachment. Engage fully in each task, but let the outcome remain outside your emotional sphere. This enables consistency and reduces burnout, especially when results are hard to predict. 3. Mindful self-reflection, daily reflection, as Aurelius practiced, clarifies priorities and aligns actions with values. A brief journal entry after each day surfaces patterns that can be corrected. Linking these lessons to the overarching theme, Stoicism is the backbone that supports the will highlighted in the stories of Sisyphus and Arjuna. Their resilience emerges because they internalize Stoic principles: accept the grind, maintain calm, and keep advancing. By embracing Stoic discipline, you too can cultivate an unbreakable will that endures market shifts, personal crises, and life's inevitable tests. Remember, the Stoics' power is not in controlling the world, but in mastering the self. This mastery is the true source of lasting self-belief.